Today's story, one of my favorites. How a school leader makes sure that 97% of the kids from this school get accepted in a college, despite the fact that majority of them, when they get to high school, are 3 to 4 grade levels below. Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, a weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Today's story, yes, I'm still doing a beautiful constrained story series, is about Dr. Louise Waters, who is the superintendent and CEO of Leadership Public School, San Francisco, United States. So she says the constraint we have is that a large number of the kids who come to our school come from very poor, difficult backgrounds. Actually, they contribute to the income of the family. After school, they go and work. And when their parents are doing night shifts and night duties, they do babysitting responsibilities. Some of them are undocumented. They're homeless. They're part of gangs. As a result of that, by the time they get into the high school, 3 to 4 grade levels down. However, this does not stop Dr. Waters from having a really big ambition. Her ambition is that 100% of the students from this school, when they finish school, they get accepted in the college without having to take redemption classes. Now, when she decides on this ambition along with her leadership team, they sit down and they try to figure out, what are we going to do? There are two things they figure out. One is differentiation, the other one is intervention. When they talk about differentiation, what they mean is that when you look at a cohort of kids in a class, you have to figure out which kid has what problem. Not all kids have the same problem. When you can figure out which kid has what problem, then you can intervene. The second thing, intervention, then you can provide appropriate help. However, the bigger problem here is that largely this problem of differentiation and intervention, when a child has a specific problem and you help the child in a specific way, is solved by one-on-one tuition or coaching that kids get all around the world. But in this case, they don't have the money to do that. And even if they pulled some threads from here, there and try to make that happen, the kids can't stay after school. They have to go and be income providers for the family. So they start thinking, what are we going to do here? How are we going to figure out which child needs what help so that we can intervene accordingly? At this point, they are reminded that someone has gifted to the school this technology, which is really used for conferences where you hold this and you poll when a conference speaker is speaking. Yes, you press the right button. No, you press the no button. And they say, how about we use this technology and test it out? And if the teacher asks in the class that, did you understand that? The kids are able to do yes and a no. Now you would think, why can't the kids just say? Here's where there's the most beautiful part about this story. They say that when the kids are asked that question, these kids are very low in their grade levels. Raising your hand up to ask a question is a sign of embarrassment for them. So they don't want to stand out. But when the technology would do it for them, it's kind of anonymous. They will not feel embarrassed. So they try it out and it works really well. That is where Dr. Waters then takes a bold step and uses the little amount of money that she has to appoint a part-time CIO to the school, who develops a technology based on that technology that they had from the conference polling, which is called Exit Ticket app. Kids love it. Teacher asks who understood. They go yes and no. The teacher looks at it, shares the broader class data, but the individual kids also get to see what exactly is happening with them. So they know, oh my God, I'm not doing really well here. So they sit up and focus more, concentrate more. And the teacher is also able to go and help each child individually without having to feel the need to make their inability to be as good as others public in front of everyone. The result? 97% of these kids end up getting accepted in the college. Sure, not 100%, but 97% is a very, very good number for a school that is filled with kids who come from that kind of a background. What's the point of the story? There are several points in the story, but the one that really stuck out for me was the fact that these people, the principal and the leadership team, got into the psychology of the kids. They understood the embarrassment involved in putting your hand up, which is really where this technology actually played a role. So largely what I'm saying is that when we try to solve a problem, we try to solve problems in ways that are not psychological, but what connects with people is largely the psychological issue. So think hard about not just the demographics and all that sort of stuff. Think about the psychographics of the situation and see where it has the maximum potential to make a change happen. Stay storied. I'll see you here next Saturday with another story.